I was once walking through the forest with our 4-year-old, and we were staying in a little cottage next to a forest, and we walked into the forest. I said to him, would you like to go for a little walk, go and explore a little bit? And he was keen. So we went off, and it was a very peaceful day, and we were just walking quietly through the forest and twigs breaking, and we kind of came through this forest section out into a field. And there was the most magnificent vista of these mountains and that, and it was just really ringing in my soul. It was just a beautiful moment, and I was very much at peace. And we talked and just kind of explored around a little bit, and then we decided it was time to go back. I said, should we go back? And he said, yeah, let's go back. So we had walked down from where we had come out of the forest, and we were going in through a different way. And the patch of forest that we had walked through to get to the field wasn't far, maybe 200 meters. And so I knew exactly where the house was, but we had come back into the forest in a different place. And he had no idea where we were and where the house could possibly be. So we were walking, and he was saying, like, how do we know where we're going? Like, are we lost? And suddenly, instead of saying, no, I know exactly where I'm going, I didn't. I said to him, well, let's just walk and see where we go. And I wanted him to feel lost. I wanted him to feel like he was lost in a forest, and that there was no way out, not just that adventure, that feeling of just being in a forest and not knowing where you are and just being there, not on the way to somewhere or on the way from somewhere, just there in the forest. So I kind of walked us around in a bit of a circle, and I knew where the house was all along, because I knew that when he saw the house, and it's exactly what happened, as soon as he saw the house, he was like, oh, wow, I can't believe it. Like, how did we get here? How did you know? Like, how did we get here? This is incredible. He was just blown away that we had kind of like found the house after this, seemingly endless, in his mind, journey through the jungle. And it just occurred to me in that moment that that's what God does. That's what God does with us. Is that He gives us the feeling that we're lost, so that we truly know how magnificent that feeling can be when we realize that we were okay all along. It was all part of the plan, and everything was always okay, and He always knew that it was going to be fine, and He always knew where the house was. But He just gave us that sense of adventure, that feeling of being lost, so that we can experience what it's like to come home. And so it was just a reminder to me that when you are in the forest and you don't know where home is, just to realize that maybe everything's okay and home is just ahead, and you don't know that and you can't see that, but to have a little bit of faith, and then when home appears, it's going to be beautiful, and your trust will make the whole thing just so much easier and so much more enjoyable and so much more of an adventure.